So I blew into the pipe. It's just normal resistance. So if you blow in the pipe and there's normal resistance, the only other explanation could be that, there we go. The only other right, and in this video we're going to be looking at how to change the windscreen washer pump. So it's a windscreen washer pump. So on this Honda Civic MK8 for example, so here's where I'm filling up. So logically your car should have its reservoir, the rest of it underneath, and that will be where the pump is. So my car will be the right hand side, it will be in the wheel arches. Now when I refer to fixing on the leaks, here's an example where I fixed the leaks before. I've just used aquarium pipe. This is the clear stuff because there's a leaky rubber pipe that was there, so this is silicone, it lasts a bit longer. I just replaced it. So obviously as you fire off the windscreen washer, just check for any water coming out everywhere. Of course, do the most obvious thing. Make sure this is filled up with liquid before you just could be low on fluid. Always make sure you get the proper liquid from car motor factors, because don't just put tap water in. You can clog everything up if you put tap water. Alright, so let's get this wheel, let's undo the screws and get the wheel up. Make sure you got axle stands, front and rear. An extra precaution as well, I'll keep my jack there. You could put your wheel that you're taking off underneath the car, that helps. Now, I've forgotten whether or not I need to take out the bottom tray, and that's a nuisance. The bottom tray on this car is a real nuisance, to be able to remove this wheel arch here. I've noticed also I'm missing one of these, I don't know whether, I can't remember, they're 12mm or 10mm plastic fasteners from here. So there's usually two on each side. They're the pivot of keeping your undershroud on this car in place. If they're missing, the whole thing would just collapse, although you've got a lot of fasteners at the back. However, fasteners to take off, there's one here I can see, looking up, one right in the arch just here, there's one here, so there's one here, one here, and there's under my, so can't see really, but probably this one, maybe, possibly that one, this one, these two screws, and this arch might just come straight off then afterwards. Right, well, I'll go through, I should look at one of my old videos to see how I did it really. Let's get the first one done. I counted about 7 or 8 going up and down the wheel arch, and they're all the same, apart from them screws down there on that inside, so they come off like that. Make a note of that. That's probably more like an 8mm one. That's one. There's maybe a couple down here as well, I can't remember, underneath. Down here, might be a couple down here, I can't remember if there is or not. That one certainly needed to come out anyway, so it's fallen out anyway, so I'm going to leave that one in place just in case I don't need to remove the bottom shroud, because the bottom under tray is not very nice. Make sure you got spares when you do this. I didn't ruin that one. Okay. Unfortunately it started to rain, but anyway, took some of the fasteners off this side, taking them off there. I did not take these two off, I don't think I need to. I'm not sure what these are. I took that one off. It's starting to come loose. That one was already off, and there's my prize in there. You can even actually see it. I can reach it. So if I can If I take this one off, that will lower, I think, and that should help a lot. So if I drop this, this is part of the bottom tray. This might even just come off as it is. Let me give it a little tug, see what happens. Forecast of rain, maybe. Right, see where I'm pointing with my finger. You see a bit of daylight coming through there. There's a little latch where the bottom tray inserts into this wheel arch. So these two are off now. It's dangling a bit. Taking off that latch. I'm just hoping we'll be able to slip out. There we go. And now I'll show you the latch. There's the latch. It's just a plastic thing. It fits into the hole back here. There it is. Right. There's my pump. Obviously, when you test it, make sure that there are no, the water isn't leaking out of places like this, because this is part of the pipe is part of the system. So I should be able to just pry that upwards using a pry bar, but it will leak, and I'm thinking whether or not to catch all the leaky water or not and reuse it. I'm not sure. Probably not. Might clog up something. Right, so I will catch the fluid though as it comes up. I might filter it and reuse it. There's that system right there. There's the bottle. There's the pump right there. So use it. I need to undo it from the top to undo the electrical connector. I might turn my steering to the right, I think, give it a bit more room. Well, it's a much better view. The shroud off. Always try and make your life a lot easier if you can. Just have a look at the electrical connector. Right, so that's my replacement. This does not exactly look like that. I'm missing a rubber shroud at the bottom, so I need to be careful not to damage the rubber housing at the bottom. If I pull that, it's going to fall out. The water's going to squirt out. So, okay. Oh, it's electrical connector. So it's going to go like that. So I need to squeeze something that way. There it is. I see it now. Saying that, of course, it doesn't happen for you straight away. Could be one of them that pulls out. Could be. Can't see. Doesn't pull straight up. Squeezing and pulling. Right, let me have a figure out. Okay, it's just a case of getting your thumb. So imagine the latch is there. Get your thumb on the top, squeezing it, and then pulling up. They never make these things obvious. They should put a different colour plastic on it. There it is. There's a little window that the little thing fits in. And there it is. Okay, so before I install, make sure it fits. That would be logical. Yep. So it went in like that. Push it in hard. Now it's stuck. Push on that little thing really hard. Oh no, it's not gone in. I'm using my screwdriver. There you go. See that? Pushed on that and it came off. Right. Okay. Give that a try. so I need to keep the rubber shroud intact. If I can, this is the outgoing one, so it doesn't matter if I put it up. Need a bit of pliers or twist. Just twisting. So wiggle wiggle. I'm trying to beat the rain today. I'm shifting it a bit. Turn it left and right. Look. Definitely need pliers. A little bit of liquid coming out, not much. Now I did wiggle, and it did kind of come up, and that's quite exactly the same really. Fits the, I think it just inserts straight in. So it comes up like so. Now that is going to gush out the liquid now. If I do it quickly, try and beat the rain at the same time. There's the rubber shroud, it's still in there, which is good. So there's the old one, it looks exactly like the new one. Maybe it's been replaced before. Get some of that water gush out a bit. Rubber is right here. I'm getting soaked right there. There's the water. There's this rubber gasket, shroud, whatever you want to call it. Liquid's coming out. I've not wasted anything. It'd be wise to connect this first. Much easier. That clicked in, I think. Yep. That just fits in like that. And that is it, really. Hoping that I've not dirtified the water or dirtified the connections or dirtified anything. Give that a little yank, make sure that does not come out. Kind of wet. Right, that is it really. Reverse is the opposite of assemblies and reverse is taking off. That's it, hit the like button. Oh, let's test it. Hang on. Just as cool. That's how you change your pump. Might not be exactly that. That is not good. Must be things that are clogged. Let's try that again. Right. Taking the windscreen shroud off, and there's the pipe. So I'm trying to eliminate what it is. Really. Let's go down here a bit. I've got a clogged pipe. That is not enough water. It's not. something in here is causing it to lose pressure. I might take that pipe off again and blow into it, see if there's anything hogging it on that side. Yeah, because this is the outlet pipe. The inlet is in here. And I'm probably going to take that off again, stick my fingers in it, see if there's any like goo or anything at the bottom of this reservoir. Then I'm going to take this off and blow in it. Right, you know what? I got a feeling that there's a filter in there. I need to kind of clean this area out first, so I kind of have to stick this kind of hard back in, I think. Spray down brake cleaner. If I remove that rubber shroud, that'll do. If I remove that rubber shroud, a load of dirt will come out. So brake cleaner job on there. Mainly because it's the only thing with a high enough pressure to do that. That's that out. So let's try that again. It's out. This is a new one, almost identical to the old one, apart from the other one that said Siemens on it. So there's that. Right, so maybe there's a filter and the filter's clogged. It takes a bit of teasing then, if that's the case. I'm going to spin it at the same time. So I blew into the pipe, it's just normal resistance. So if you're blowing the pipe and there's normal resistance, the only other explanation could be that the only other that this is clogged. What do you reckon, guys? What do you reckon about that? There's some sort of filter there. Now I've got my finger stuck in there. Let's brake clean, electrical clean. Brake clean first, then electrical clean. Yeah, oh, I see. Actually, you can actually see it's a thing with holes in it. It's a thing with holes in it, like a sieve. You never would have thought. Look, you can see it now. First it was just a black mess. It's got holes in each direction. So I'm not going to throw that old pump away. And what it is, it's like rubber. So, I thought it was coming out a bit slow for me. Let's see, get it from the inside. Anyway, just gonna switch off the camera. You know what I'm doing. If you're doing this yourself, don't do it yourself. Get someone to put a finger on it, because otherwise you're going to lose all that lovely liquid that you paid money for. Well, believe it or not, I don't know what this stuff is. Fluffy rubber, is that the best description I can have? I'm using a needle, thin gauge needle, just to poke through the holes. I've just decided to let all the water go into a bucket, catch it with a bucket and then filter it is I've got a funnel with a filter already installed. I can't let any of this fluff go back in, you see. And it's alright, I mean it'll run through the rubber pipes, but the nozzle head cannot take one tiny bit of fluff. First bit of fluff from the nozzle head, or rubber, whatever it is, and you're going to have a problem. I don't know, they should perhaps make those pipes out of silicone instead of rubber. It'll break down a lot less. I'll wash this out, and I'm going to put some PTFE tape on the nozzle just in case the pressure is so high now it starts leaking, you see. Now there's nothing blocking the flow. So your first job could be to do this really, rather than getting a new. The thing, the pump was only what, £20 I think, not very expensive. It probably is getting near its time anyway. I don't think that was a factory default pump. Someone had really changed it, previous owner. In that case they didn't clean the filter, error still persisted. They didn't check it properly, they just installed a new pump and left it. Anyway, I'll carry on. Look at that fluffy stuff. It's like cotton wool. Let's push that bit through. It's like fluff as well as rubber. Very peculiar stuff. So I've got nothing left. So I go. Alternative, buy yourself a new one. Go to Honda's. Go to Honda. Pick up a new filter. It'll take a while. Yep, like I said, I put PTFE tape on that nozzle that fits into this hole. Just make sure it's a nice tight fit. Maybe not. Let's see. I'll shout out again, and alright, it was completely different than from before. Wow, couldn't even tell it was a filter. So I used this funnel with a superfine mesh in it, and I filtered back the fluid that I captured in the bucket. Right, let's try it, test again. There we go. Checking for leaks first. Not leaking. There we go. Wonderful. And it's staying up here as well, staying in the pipe. Need to realign the jets to spray upwards, and that's about it really. That's easy enough. Put a screwdriver in and just shift them upwards. Easy as that. Can even shift it with my thumb. I didn't even need a screwdriver. Let's have a look. Yeah, you get the idea. Let's get a screwdriver. Shift it where you want. Is it covering most of where I want? Yeah, I need to spray a bit more this way on the right hand side. That's it, you get the idea anyway. Thanks for watching.